Okay, example 14 is the same thing. We're doing completing the square, so write the equation. Write example 14 and write the equation. Let's give it a go. 3x squared, take 4x plus 1 equals 0. I cannot straight away move the constant just yet. What do I need to do first?
Get rid of the 3x.
Get rid of the 3, not the 3x. So basically, I just factorize the 3 out. Okay, so it'll be x squared. I'll divide everything by 3. 4 over 3x, and then 1 over 3. Do we understand?
Yeah.
This you hopefully had a lot of practice into. And then I kind of ignore the 3, and then I just only look at this because, you know, if I divide this whole equation by 3, it's just going to be x squared take 4 over 3x plus 1 over 3 equals 0 over 3, which is 0. So that's the idea behind why we can kind of ignore the 3 factor. Okay, now we actually do what we did in the previous example. First of all, I get rid of the constant onto the other side. I do minus a third. So copy it down as you go if you can. If you miss a bit because I'm going too fast, just pause and then watch later. Leave a bit of gap so I can complete the square. So this is what I should have now. Let's see if we can complete the square. What is my coefficient b? What is my coefficient for x?
Negative.
There you go. Highlight it like I do if you struggle. Then I write it down. I might write it down in a different color. So what's the formula? I divide it by 2, okay, and square it. So you can write it in multiple different ways. You can write divide 2 and square it, or if you know the little trick, it's the same thing as kind of putting it down here. That's the same thing. So up to you. If you want to write divide 2 and then put it in your calculator, it should figure out the same thing. So if you just want to write that, chuck it in your calculator quickly, go for it, do it now. And confirm that it looks same like mine. It's the same thing. I'm telling you that now. And then I just go minus 4, 3 times 2, same thing, add it to the other side because you need to balance that equation. Alright, make sure there's a plus in between everything, because if not, it looks like a times. Alright, so let's write the, let's simplify the green part actually. Mine's not simplified. If you use the calculator, yours should already be simplified. So it should be minus 4 over 6, which can be simplified further down to minus 2 over 3. So hopefully you knew that. Or if you did it on the calculator, it would have told you. Okay, so it's plus minus 2 over 3. 4 over 9, same as 2 over 3. Oh, because you squared it. Next part, I factorize this. I complete the square. So I get my x term by looking at that one, and I just get that term. So I write minus 2 over 3, or minus 2 over 3, same thing, squared. And then I've got my right-hand side. If you just chuck that in the calculator, you should be able to figure it out. But I'm going to do it manually to show you. So I get 4 over 9 now. And if I just want to add these two fractions together, I just got to... Yes.
Do you not minus 4 over 9 from negative 1 on 3?
Nope, because minus 2 over 3 squared turns into a positive. So just be careful. So if I do the right-hand side, I get minus 3 over 9 because I converted it times both numbers by 3. And then I get 4 over 9, which turns into minus 3 plus 4, which is 1 over 9. So if you chuck this in the calculator, can you confirm that you get 1 over 9? Can you confirm that for me, guys?
And you square it?
Yeah, you just literally chuck this in and you should get 1 over 9. Can someone confirm that answer for me? Yep, great. So I've done it manually. You can use a calculator. No need to do it manually if you don't know how to do it. That's just an extra thing you have to learn. Okay, so now I've got my beautifully factorized equation. I just got to move the 1 over 9 to the left-hand side again. So because it's a plus 1 over 9, I just do the opposite, which is minus 1 over 9. minus 1 over 9. So my y equation, my factorized version looks something like this. Happy? Now, if we write the other equation, it was x take h squared plus k. Can we help identify the h and the k? So we need to find the vertex. The whole reason we do this is to find the vertex. So, what's my coordinate? H coordinate, sorry. The x coordinate, what would it be? 2 over 3, good job. It's a minus 2 over 3, so you just write the opposite sign of it, which is a positive. What's my k value? Negative 1 over 9. That one doesn't change, you just write it down. So we found the vertex, put a little box around it, because that fact we want to use later on to draw a graph with it. So those are the things you can kind of be doing in your working out to help yourself later, so you're not looking through all your working out to find all your important answers. Other stuff we need to find, x-intercept again, y-intercept again, and, eventually you should be able to find the curvature. Is it concave up or down? Let's have a look at the concave up or down. Is it concave up or down? Help me. Why? There you go. So it's a positive 3, so you can write concave up again, and then draw a little diagram so you know what it's going to look like. Write all your notes first. So again, we need this fact. We're going to be needing this fact. Right? So let's find the x-intercepts. X-intercept, we know that y equals 0. So to my original formula, I'll write it down and then sub it in. So I go 0 equals 3x squared, take 4x plus 1. This one looks a little bit more complicated to sum and product if I have a quick look at it. So you could use a quadratic formula. I can maybe demonstrate. So I try to do sum and product first. If it looks a bit too hard, I go straight to quadratic formula, or we can use your calculator. So A, B, and C. So the reason I really asked you to practice a lot of the questions, pretty much every single question in that previous section to A, B, C, is because you need to be able to do it really easily. You shouldn't be stuck here. It should be a smooth process because you've done it so many times. That's what I want from you guys. So chuck it in your calculator. 60. No. So these are my x-intercepts. Can someone confirm it if they use the calculator? Great. So no need to do it manually like I did. You can just use your calculator. Just write use calculator. All right, y-intercept. All I do is sub x equals 0. So this one's much easier. If you want to just write, you should be able to, once you practice it heaps, just identify it from the formula. Can someone identify it without subbing it in? It's just honestly all the time going to be this constant term. So let me confirm that for you. Right, because every term with an x goes away, it becomes 1. So here's the facts I want to use. Let's highlight them. So that my y-intercept is 1. So maybe I'll conclude it. My y-intercept, therefore, is y equals 1. This is what I want to use. Therefore, x-intercept when x is 1 or x is a third. So I've got 4 facts highlighted. I've got the x-intercept, y-intercept, concave up or down, or in the vertex. So I should be able to draw these now. So give it a go. So you might want to make it not 2/3, just approximately is fine. I might draw the scale's a bit hard on this one. I might draw 1/3, 2/3, 1, 4/3, 1/3. So you can just draw scale by 1, but it might look a little bit hard. So x-intercept is 1, or a 1/3, 2/3, so over here, minus 1/9. So this one's quite hard to draw if you don't get the scales right, but give it a go. So mine looks something like this. I did every third. Draw your equation. I don't think we did that for the other one actually, so be careful. Write your equation, whatever it was, 3x squared. Take 4x plus 1. Yes, you're right. My x vertex is 2/3. So that's what it should look like. You might have different scales. That was a very long question. I would double check it. If this isn't a test and you're allowed to use a graphics calculator, I would draw this and double check it, that it looks something like that.